Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another video reaction, and today we are going to be checking out a movie requested by one of my lovely Patreons, Heather, and that movie is called Clue. This is based on the actual board game or something, or at least inspired by the board game. Did you guys play Clue? Like that was such a fun game. I loved Clue. This movie came out in 1985, a little before my time, but the 80s had a bunch of great movies, so this might as well get added to that list. Before we start the reaction though, I'd like to give a special shout out to my lovely Patreons. Mars of France, I Like to Stay Home, Nettles, Heather, Mama Cadbury, Switch, Archangel, Irene AK, and Chaklov. Thank you guys so much for being patrons of the channel, your support means the world to me. And for anybody who would like to check the Patreon, you can find the link in the description box below. Yeah guys, let's not waste any more time and jump right into Clue. Let's go guys. The strings? This gives me like old cartoons. Oh, he's from Home Alone. Are we breaking in? Stepped on shit.
Everything all right, Mrs. Howe?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30.
Kent, it is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name.
Excuse me, sir. But tonight,
That's
you may
a
well
good
feel
note
obliged
to the board
for the
game,
use of an alias.
because that's how one of the characters was called in the game.
You bet.
Why does every
Go to the
shot of
bathroom
her
and give him anything he
start from her
requires.
breasts and then zooms out? Is the shit smell gonna come into play when it comes to us solving this murder?
Will you go and check that dinner will be ready as soon as all the guests have arrived? May I present Professor Plum and Miss Scarlet?
This is gonna be the whole movie. But why would they go to some random invitation that I assume somebody they don't know?
Is this place for you? Oh, indeed, no, sir. I'm merely a humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I buttle, sir.
Which means what?
The butler is head of the kitchen and dining room.
I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here,
Then why are you here?
or what this place is about, but I am determined to enjoy myself. And I'm very intrigued, and oh my, this soup's delicious, isn't it? So what does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me.
There's some sleek writing in this.
Afraid I'm a little bit accident prone.
Oh, watch it. This is one of my favorite recipes.
I know, madam.
So what do you do in Washington?
Is nobody gonna question
DC,
how
Mr.
he knows?
Reed? How are we to get acquainted if we don't say anything about ourselves?
Perhaps he doesn't want to get acquainted with you.
Well, I'm sure I don't know, but if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, then we would just be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
You seem to suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
We? Who's we? Are you a shrink?
I do know a little bit about psychological medicine, yes. I work for, the United Nations Organization.
Another politician, Jesus.
No, I work for a branch of, WHO, the World Health Organization.
You're not going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
Have we met before?
I've certainly seen you before, although you may not have seen me.
So, Miss Scarlett, does this mean that you live in Washington, too?
Sure do.
Okay, are they all
Yes.
connected to a murder? That's why he brought him here to investigate the
And the rest
murder?
was all
All doing
Eating dinner. Do sit down, Mr. Boddy.
That's what's gonna be. They're all suspects. They brought them here to investigate. The murder is not actually gonna take place in the movie.
Instructed to explain to you what you all have in common with each other. And unless you would care to do the honors, Mr. Boddy?
Why me? They know who I am?
I don't think so. You've never identified yourself to them, I believe.
It's a hoax. I suggest we all leave.
I'm sorry, sir. You cannot leave this house.
No? Who's gonna stop me? There's no way out. All the windows have bars. All the doors are locked.
Okay, I thought Mr. Boddy was in on the investigation. Apparently not.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all have one thing in common. You're all being blackmailed.
Huh?
For some considerable time, all of you have been paying what you can afford, and in some cases more than you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you. And none of you know who's blackmailing you.
I work for the United Nations.
So your work has not changed. But you don't practice medicine at the UN. His license to practice has been lifted, correct?
Why?
You know what doctors aren't allowed to do with their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Oh, how disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock? You justify taking bribes in return for delivering your husband, Senator Peacock's vote to certain lobbyists.
My husband is a paid consultant. There is nothing wrong with that.
Not if it's publicly declared, perhaps. But you've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
I, too, am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too.
And me.
Not me. Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
On a specialized hotel and a telephone service which provide gentlemen with the company of a young lady for a short while.
What's the phone number?
Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Ha ha! So it is true.
A double negative. Double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, the double negative has led to proof positive.
What a horrible liar.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
Don't need any help from me, sir.
That's right.
Right?
Seriously.
He was always a rather stupidly optimistic man. I mean, I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died, but he was found dead at home. His head had been cut off, and so had his, you know. I had been out all evening at the movie,
Your first husband also disappeared,
but that was his job. He was an illusionist.
but he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
What?
I have something to say.
She's a mass murderer.
It just leaves Mr. Boddy.
What's your little secret?
His secret? Oh, hadn't you guessed? He's the one who's blackmailing you all.
You bastard!
Is that necessary, Mrs. Pike?
Wait! The police are coming! Oh, no, my career is a very sensitive. Listen!
You'll never tell the police.
Then I shall. I have evidence in my possession, and this conversation is being tape recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, the police will be here in about 45 minutes. Tell them the truth, and Mr. Boddy will be behind bars.
Can I just get my little bag from the hall?
She pulls out a gun. It's either money.
Who can guess what's in here? Open them.
Why not?
This is literally the game, bro. These are literally the clues of the game. The rope. Stop.
You each have a lethal weapon.
Debatable.
If one of you kills Wadsworth now, no one but the seven of us will ever know. He has the key to the front door. The only way to avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now.
It's not Wadsworth.
Is he alive?
Mr. Boddy.
Stand back! Come here! Let me see. He's dead.
What? Oh, who had the gun?
I did.
Then you shot him.
I didn't. Nobody. Look, there's no gunshot wound. Somebody tried to grab the gun from me in the dark and the gun went off. Excuse me.
This is fun. This is fun.
Absolutely right. Look, there's a bullet hole here in the wall.
Maybe he was poisoned.
I believe Wadsworth did it. The butler. I believe the butler did it. The maid.
You're alive.
No thanks to you.
What do you mean?
You locked me up with the murder, you idiot.
So the murderer is in this room.
Mais oui.
But where?
Where? Here.
But why were you screaming in here all by yourself?
Because I am frightened. Me too. I also drink the cognac. Mon Dieu. I can't stay in here by myself.
Let us all to his house. Why did he arrive late?
I invited you. In fact, I wrote the letters. It was all my idea.
Wait a minute.
He believed that you were all thoroughly un-American. For some reason, he felt that it was inappropriate for a senator to have a corrupt wife.
For a doctor to take advantage of his patients, for a wife to emasculate her husband.
As if he was such a patriotic American, why didn't he just report us to the authorities?
He decided to put his information to good use and make a little money out of it. What could be more American than that?
And what was your role in all this?
Free all of you from the same burden of blackmail was to get everyone face to face.
That was actually not a horrible idea on his part.
And then turn him over to the police.
So, everything is explained.
Except that the dead
We
body.
still don't know who killed him.
But the point is, we got to find out in the next 39 minutes. We all had the opportunity. We all had a motive.
Great. We'll all go to the chair.
Maybe it wasn't one of us. Well, who else could it have been? Who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The cook!
I'm enjoying this, if you guys can't tell. Greatly. She's gonna jump out?
She's not here.
I didn't do it!
Somebody help me, please.
Somebody help me! Wadsworth.
Me? Why me?
Who would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I was the killer, I would kill you next.
Oh?
I said if. Who had the dagger anyway? It was you, Mrs. Peacock, wasn't it?
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
When?
I don't know. Before I fainted, after I fainted. I don't know. But any of you could...
Why would she kill the cook though?
Look, I suggest we take the cook's body into the study.
Look! What? The body's gone!
So is this... Has he, Boddy, the butler, planned this?
Maybe Mr. Boddy killed the cook.
Yes.
How?
He was in front of you, lying dead.
My pictures, and I'd like them back, please.
No, I'm afraid there's something in them that concerns me, too.
Let me see.
Oh, no. Nobody can get into that position.
Sure they can. Let me show you.
Get off me.
He's attacking her.
He's attacking you.
Dead. Again. Well, he's certainly dead now. Why would anyone want to kill him twice?
Seems so unnecessary.
What is
What we
this?
call overkill. What we call a psychotic.
There's a homicidal maniac about.
I think
Good
that's a
idea,
good
good
idea.
idea.
What are you doing with the key?
Putting it in my pocket.
That means that you can open it whenever you want.
But it also means that you can't.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
That we are.
I have an idea. We'll throw it away.
Good idea.
Good idea. That'll
Oh
do it.
no. Don't leave the room again. The bodies seem to appear and reappear all the time.
Sorry. Sorry.
What's dead is not really dead.
I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Just a moment, please.
This is a new potential murder victim.
Very well, sir. Would you care to come in? When you've finished your call, perhaps you'd be good enough to wait here.
Certainly.
What if they're all crazy? What if they're all killers?
Well, what now?
Wadsworth, let me out.
No.
Somebody's missing. Somebody's missing.
We're all in this together now.
The colonel is missing. Where is the colonel?
Together with you.
Well, I could use a drink.
Oh, so could I. All right.
He wasn't in the previous shot.
Everything's fine.
He wasn't. I need to be paying attention now. Whenever we change, whenever the cut,
Want a whiskey?
who is where?
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking there is nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
No, sorry. I said no, meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Look, I want a straight answer. Is there someone else or isn't there? Yes.
Yes, the guy
No.
who's using the phone right now.
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't.
Yes.
Please! The police will be here by then, and there are 2 dead bodies in the study.
Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house. There isn't. There isn't any confusion or there isn't anybody else.
Either. Or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there anybody else in the house?
No!
We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo.
Time left, so we'll split up into pairs.
He tried. You tried. You tried.
It's you and me, honey. Bunch. Well, we know what's in the study.
Do we?
Just come from the library and the stranger's locked up in the lounge.
Let's go in the billiard room again.
And these are all the rooms that were in the board game as well. And I'm not sure whatever was in the study, the two dead bodies in the study will be in the study once they return to the study. Because Cornell was missing in one scene. Should I also be looking for like clues in every shot?
Do you want to go up in front of me?
Absolutely no. You go in front.
All right.
Yes, yes. This looks like it was also incredibly fun to shoot. You're gonna come back. They're still standing there. Somebody make the first step.
Gone.
It is very hard not to look at them, I'll be honest.
It's behind one of those curtains.
You look. I'll search the kitchen.
Don't leave Cornell by himself. So far, to me, he's the most suspicious one. Because he was playing dumb, so that probably they wouldn't suspect him. And since I saw him missing from that one shot... What are you seeing that I'm not? There's clearly nobody there. Are these all evidence that somebody's burning? Yes! Somebody burned the evidence. Cornell! Whoever it was also got the key. That's why he was missing when he threw the key off the door. When Butler threw the key away. And the next shot, Cornell was missing.
And I've been locked. And one of them is my old boss from...
Yep. Has to be him.
Looks like a secret passage.
He just happened to be the one that stumbled again on this passage, leading them to this. Just happened that they were so close. Just happened that he didn't have a big reaction to seeing the body.
The door's locked. I know. Then unlock it. Where's the key? The key's gone. Never mind about the key. Unlock the door. I can't unlock the door without the key.
Will you shut up? We're doing our best.
Is it gonna fall on someone's head?
I've been shot. I've been illness. I could have been.
If he dies,
I can't take any more scares.
heart attack?
We found him together.
No.
How'd you get in?
The door was locked.
He went to the kitchen, he said.
Passageway from the current.
But it was locked.
No, it was unlocked.
Unlocked?
But yes, see for yourself.
She just threw the gun there.
How did you know it was unlocked?
And Cornell is again. Oh no, he's here. Cornell is here. This time.
Did the driver come in here for any help by any chance?
No.
Well, actually, yes.
No.
There seemed to be some kind of disagreement.
No.
Yes.
Come in and use your phone.
You'll be kind enough to wait in the
Arrest everybody.
library.
Arrest everyone. Sir. Sir, all of them.
Please help yourself to a drink, if you'd like.
Gonna lock him?
Just in case.
Just in case of what?
Didn't you have a phone or something on you? Did they have phones back then? No. They were on landline, or like they were all these phones. Forgot what era we're in.
Hello? Let me out here and obstructing an officer in the course of his duty and murder. What do you mean? Murder.
I just said it so you would open the door. What's going on around here? And why would you lock me in? And why are you receiving phone calls from J. Edgar Hoover?
J.
Who?
Edgar Hoover?
The head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
What's going on in those 2 rooms?
Which 2 rooms?
Are they gonna pretend they're drunk? Passed out?
Those 2 rooms.
Oh, those 2 rooms. Yes, it's all too shocking.
No, not the dead body.
If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. If only
It's not all that shocking. These folks are just having a good time. Excuse me.
Officer.
You're too late. I've seen it all.
You have?
Don't worry. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
Are you sure?
Of course. This is America.
I see.
It's a free country.
I see.
I didn't know it was that free.
I love it. This is so. The writing is hilarious. It's just so good. This is so much better than I ever could imagine it was gonna be.
Running out of time, only 15 minutes before the police come.
The police already came.
Look. Can't believe it. I wonder where this one goes.
Well, let's find out.
Dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again. Our life could
This is a freaking. This house would be very useful for many things.
Try the ballroom again.
Okay. So in those scenes, Cornell
You touch me!
was like we could see him with somebody else for most of it, right?
Hello?
What if she
Hello?
has something to do with this?
Anyone recognize you?
They must have, and not just my face. They know every inch of my body. And they're not the only ones.
It's you!
I don't know.
So they were working together.
That big, ugly house on top. Hello? Hello?
And they've used every weapon. They've used every weapon.
I am your singing telegram.
What the fuck? Singing telegram scene. It was so random. And why did it go there like at like 3 a.m.? Cornell. He was again alone by himself. She was too. But no, I think there was a manly voice speaking to her. So, at this point they're not even reacting to the dead bodies. They've grown so used to the dead bodies now.
2 murders.
3 murders.
6 altogether.
It's getting serious.
It's just now getting serious. You gonna leave her out there?
I know who did it.
You do?
And furthermore, I'm going to tell you how it was all done.
Look at him playing the game. This is the first guess.
In order to help you understand what happened step by step.
Okay, take me
At the
to.
start of the evening, Yvette was here by herself, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. And it was you! Yes? I asked you for your coat, and I recognized you as Colonel Mustard, and I prevented you from telling me your real name because I didn't want any of you to use any name other than your pseudonym, and then Yvette met you, and smiled, and poured you a drink. And the doorbell rang, and it was Mrs. White looking pale and tragic, and I took her coat and hung it up. There was a rumble of thunder and a crash of lightning. And to make a long story short,
Too late.
One by one you all arrived. And then the gong was struck by the cook. Mr. Green, Miss Scarlet, Colonel Mustard, this chair was
This
vacant.
is
Anyway,
so
we all reviewed,
good.
we'd all received a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter.
Get out of it!
The point is, blackmail. And Mrs. White. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. And Mr. Boddy went to get his surprise packages from the hall. Mr. Boddy switched out the lights.
Oh, grand.
Mr. Boddy lay on the floor, was dead already. All right, I made a mistake. Right. But if so, why was Mr. Boddy pretending to be dead? It could only be because he realized that his scheme had misfired and the gunshot was intended to kill him, not me. Look, the bullet grazed his ear. Clearly his best hope of escaping death was to pretend to be dead already. Mrs. Peacock took a drink. You said, maybe it's poisoned. She screams. We took it Mr. Green. Yvette, the billiard room. We all rushed out. But one of us wasn't here. No.
No?
No. Maybe one of us was murdering the cook. Who wasn't here with us?
Colonel!
One of us could have stayed in the study, picked up the dagger, run down the hall, and stabbed the cook.
Oh, how could he risk it? We might have seen him running back.
Not if they used this secret passage.
What?
How did you know? This house belongs to a friend of mine I've known all along.
So you could be the murderer.
Don't be ridiculous. If I was the murderer, why would I reveal to you how I did it?
I don't understand is why was the cook murdered? She had nothing to do with Mr. Boddy.
Of course she did. I gathered you all here together because you were all implicated in Mr. Boddy's dastardly blackmail. Before he could blackmail anyone, Mr. Boddy had to discover their guilty secret. The cook and Yvette were his accomplices. I see. I know, because I was Mr. Boddy's butler, that the cook had worked for one of you.
Who?
You recognized Yvette, didn't you? Don't deny it.
What do you mean, don't deny it? I'm not denying anything.
Another denial.
Oh, right, it's true. I knew that. My husband had an affair with her, but I didn't care.
Too, didn't you?
Yes, she worked for me.
And you also knew her, sir. We've already established that you were one of Miss Scarlett's clients. Boddy threatened to send those pictures to my dear old mother. The shock would have killed her.
Oh, that would have been quite an achievement since you told us that she's dead already. So, he had them
dead, but one of us knows he's alive. So, I explained that I was Mr. Boddy's butler and I'd invited you here, and we realized there was only one other person in the house.
Well, where is he?
By now, she was dead. We laid her down with our backs to the freezer. One of us slipped through the same secret passage.
Again?
Of course, back to the study.
The murderer came out of the secret panel, picked up the candlestick.
Mr. Boddy followed us out of the study into the hall looking for an escape. The murderer crept up behind him and killed him. And we put the weapons in the cupboard, locked it, and ran to the front door.
They're putting an exercise in.
Motorist. I didn't throw the key away. I put it in my pocket. And someone could have taken it out of my pocket and substituted another.
Colonel Mustard has a top-secret Pentagon job. Mrs. White's husband was a nuclear physicist, and Yvette is a link between them.
Job, Colonel. I can tell you. He's working on the secret of the next fusion bomb. How did you know that? Can you keep a secret? Yes. Second honor.
Was this a plot between Wadsworth, or did Colonel Mustard do it alone?
She was my patient once. I had an affair with her. That's how I lost my license. Mr. Boddy found that out, too.
Let's put her in the study with the others. So.
They just stopped you,
Whoever first, the murderer needed to get the weapons. Easy. He stole the key from my pocket. And then we all followed Colonel Mustard's
She said he.
that we split up and searched the house.
That's right. It was Colonel Mustard's suggestion.
And one of us got away from his or her partner and hurried to the study. On the desk was the envelope from Mr. Boddy. It
Colonel.
contained photographs and letters. The evidence of Mr. Boddy's network of informants. Destroyed. Perhaps in the fire. The only possible place. Aha! Then, having found out the whole story,
Did he
the
just
murderer went
grab
to
it from the
cupboard,
fire?
unlocked it with the key, took out the wrench.
Then we found the secret passage from the conservatory to the lounge, where we found the motorist dead.
That's right, door open. Bang! And then the doorbell rang.
Oh, whoever it is, they gotta go away or they'll be killed.
Have you ever given any thought to the kingdom of heaven?
What?
Oh, my God.
Not again.
Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you.
You're a bit late for that.
Hate when he does
Then there were 3 more.
So which of us killed them?
None of us killed Mr. Boddy or the cook.
So who did?
The one person who wasn't with us. Yvette.
Yvette!
She was in the billiard room listening to our conversation. She heard the gunshot. She thought he was dead. And while we all examined the bullet hole, she crept into the study, picked up the dagger, ran to the kitchen, and stabbed the cook. We all ran to the kitchen to see the cook. Yvette hid in the study to check that Mr. Boddy was dead. He got
But who
up
killed
and
Yvette?
followed them down the hall. So she hit him on the head with a candlestick and dragged him to the toilet, acting under orders from the person who later killed her. Who?
Who?
Adulterous doctor. No. It was her employer, Miss Scarlett.
That's a lie.
Is it? You used her the way you always used her. You killed the motorist when we split up to search the house.
How could I have known about the secret passage?
Easy. Yvette told you. Switched off the electricity. It was easy for you here on the ground. Dark. You got the lead pipe and the rope. Strangled Yvette. Killed the cop. Picked up the gun where Yvette dropped it. Opened the front door. Recognized the singing telegram from her photograph. And shot her. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Brilliantly worked out, Wadsworth. I congratulate you.
There's one thing I don't
Okay,
understand.
I didn't get it.
Why did you do it? Half of Washington knows what kind of business you run.
My business is secrets, and Yvette found them out for me. The secrets of Senator Peacock's Defense Committee, of Colonel Mustard's fusion bomb, Professor Plum's UN physicist.
So, it is political. You're a communist.
No, Mr. Green. Communism is just a red herring. I hardly think it will enhance your reputation at the UN, Professor Plum, if it's revealed that you have been implicated not only in adultery with one of your patients, but in her death. And the deaths of 5 other people.
You don't know what kind of people they have at the UN. I might go up in their estimation.
And it's never blackmailing me,
Our
man.
moment has come.
Not so fast, Miss Scarlett. I do have a secret or two.
Oh, yeah, such as?
The game's up, Scarlett. There are no more bullets left in that gun. There was 1 shot at Mr. Boddy in the study, 2 for the chandelier, 2 at the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
There was only 1 shot that got the chandelier. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, that would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
1 plus 2 plus 1. Shut up! The point is, there's 1 bullet left in this gun, and guess who's gonna get it? Oh!
Where's the chief?
Ah!
Wadsworth. Well done.
Damn. As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see? 1 plus 2.
It was 5 all along. It was 5. Wait, what?
In the dark. The murderer ran across the hall to the study. Picked up the rope and the lead pipe. Ran to the middle.
What?
The cellar!
Yes.
But Colonel Mustard wasn't in the cellar.
No. But you were.
So?
You murdered them all. You were the person who was missing when the cook and Mr. Boddy were murdered. And the cook used to be your cook. You told us at dinner that we were eating one of your favorite recipes. And monkey's brains, though popular in Cantonese cuisine, are not often to be found in Washington, D.C.
Is that what we ate?
Are they gonna show us all of them?
Told them about you.
So it was all nothing to do with the disappearing nuclear physicist and Colonel Mustard's work on the new fusion bomb.
No, communism was just a red herring.
There's no.
I like how they just keep repeating communism
The
is a
gun
red
is
herring.
missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Very well. What are you supposed to do about it?
Nothing. But it seems to me you've done the world a public service by ridding it of an appalling blackmailer and his disgusting informers.
But the police will be here any minute. What happens then?
Why should the police come? Nobody's called them. I suggest that we stack the bodies in the cellar, lock it, leave quietly 1 at a time, and pretend that none of this has ever happened.
I'll leave first.
If you don't mind.
For she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny.
Is the police gonna be waiting for her?
You mean my phone call from Mr. Hoover? I work for him, of course. How else could I have known everything about you all?
There's still one thing I don't understand.
One thing.
Mrs. Peacock taking bribes from
A foreign power.
But is the FBI in the habit of cleaning up after multiple murder?
Yes. Why do you think it's run by a man called Hoover?
Oh, Mrs. Peacock,
kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay, take her away.
Great, so he had told them.
Hands off me! I'm the senator's wife!
Like the Manties, we always get our man.
Mrs. Peacock was a man?
Are you gonna show us all of them? Oh no! Is this actually gonna be it?
Let's consider each murder one by one. Professor Plum, you knew that Mr. Boddy was still alive. Even psychiatrists can tell the difference between patients who are alive or dead. You fired the gun at him in the dark and missed. So you pretended he was dead. That's how you were able to kill him later, unobserved. I didn't!
You don't expect us to believe that, do you?
I expect you to believe it. You killed the cook. She used to be your cook, and she informed on you to
So there were multiple
You
murderers.
made one fatal mistake. When we saw the motorist at the front door, you took the key to the weapons cupboard out of my pocket.
She was missing.
Suggested that we all split up, entered the lounge through the secret passage, killed the motorist with a blow on the head. Like
That's why he was unfazed. I noticed that at least.
So incredible is what happened next, as with you. Yes, you, Mrs. White. And
They all did something.
Master Tricity got the rope from the open cupboard and throttled Yvette. You were jealous that your husband was stopping Yvette. That's why you killed him, too.
Yes, I killed Yvette. I hated her so much. Flames on the side of my face, heaving breaths.
But while you were in the billiard room, Miss Scarlett seized the opportunity of being on the head with a lead pipe. True or false?
True. Who are you?
So it must have been Mr. Green who shot the singing telegram.
I didn't.
They all did something, I'm saying.
But I didn't do it. The gun is missing. Whoever's got the gun shot the girl.
I shot her.
You? You're Mr. Boddy.
Wait a minute!
What?
So who did I kill? My butler.
What?
Shucks. He was expendable like all of you. Now there's no evidence against me.
This all has nothing to do with my disappearing nuclear physicist husband or Colonel Mustard's work with the new top-secret fusion bomb.
Communism was just a red herring.
Police will be here any minute. You'll never get away with this, any of you.
Why should the police come? Nobody's called them.
You'll just go on blackmailing us all.
Of course. Why not?
Well, I'll tell you why not.
Good shot, Green. Very good.
FBI. That phone call from J. Edgar Hoover was for me.
I told you I didn't do it.
Oh, so everybody except him.
All right, who done it?
He did. Right.
They all did it.
Okay, this movie was fucking brilliant, man. I loved it. I will have to watch this a second time, and I'm gonna need to be paying attention, see when he's revealing all the information in all three of the possible cases, where everybody was. Because I only picked Colonel Mustard when he was missing and all his, like, everything connecting to him. I missed everybody else. The writing, the comedic writing, the actual writing, the physical comedy, the performances, they did it justice, they did Clue justice. They literally went full on, like they even gave them the names, the actual weapons in the game, the rooms. And I like that it wasn't just one outcome, they also gave us like a couple of outcomes. Because you know, in the game, like there are many possibilities as to who could have been the killer. But ultimately all of the characters had to blame because they were all involved in something. This was brilliant, Heather. What a good time. For a movie that has rewatchability, movies like this one are like at the top of the list because you can literally go back, for what I said, just to literally go back and piece it together with the hints that the movie gives you. So this is definitely a movie that I'm gonna be watching. I'll probably rewatch it with some, you know, with others, see what they piece together. If you guys have any more recommendations like this, please leave them in the comments. You know, I need to find more movies like this one because this was a blast. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me in another reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.